My name is Chris Chang. I'm the president of the Society for Cancer Advocacy and Awareness, Kuching. So as you can see, my society is not purely a support group, okay? But we do support patients. But like the lady said just now, we should exercise. So I'm going to take a couple of seconds to ask you all to stand up. I know this is very tiring and everybody wants to sleep already, so just give a good stretch. Okay, everybody awake now? Good afternoon? Okay, so like I said, SCAN is actually from Kuching, Sarawak. So I'm very happy to given this opportunity to come here and speak to you all. So who are we? We are just a group of cancer survivors, caregivers, medical professionals, allied health professionals, and also caring citizens who got together and formed SCAN in 2017. We are registered with the ROS. So what's our mission? Our mission is to be the voice for cancer patients. And how do we do this? Pink Unity got 4 pillars, we only got 3 lah. Right? We do this through cancer advocacy, cancer awareness, and patient support. Cancer advocacy is bringing the issues important to cancer patients to the right stakeholders. Cancer awareness is informing and educating the public and other people as well about cancer. And of course, there's patient support, which I'm going to talk about today, because at the end of the day, I cannot claim to be the voice of cancer patients if I don't support patients. So these are the issues that SCAN cares about. Things like cancer awareness, financial toxicity, early detection, healthcare infrastructure. We've been fighting for the Sarawak Cancer Center for a long time. Access to treatment, and of course, access to supportive care. So, while we are just 7 years old, I think half the age of Pink Unity, we did find these gaps. I'll just highlight these 2 gaps. One is limited access to information such as cancer treatments, what is available, what to do at diagnosis, and also access to psychosocial services, mental health services. So why is that the case? The first one, access to information. Sometimes patients do not know where to go and find the information other than the doctors. But as Dr. Razak clearly said, sometimes when you go there, you have 5 minutes and you're not prepared, you just go in, you didn't forget your question even. I've been there, I'm a patient myself. I'm a Hodgkin's lymphoma survivor. So there are times that I didn't prepare, I thought I had it in my mind, I go in, lupa. Kan? There's also geographical barriers, especially in Sarawak. Sarawak is huge. We are the size of Peninsula Malaysia, minus Negeri Sembilan. So yeah, sometimes people in the rural area find it difficult to get information. There's also some cultural barriers, language barriers as well. As for mental health access, there's of course stigma as well. I think this has already been covered by others, so I'll just move on. So what has SCAN does to help patients, to support patients? I'll just give you 4 that we have done, 4 activities. The first is our patient guidebook. This was first published in 2019, and it's now available in English, BM, Chinese, and Iban. Right? So inside the book, you have stories from survivors, from the entire spectrum of the journey, from when you face diagnosis how do you feel? All the emotional turmoil you have at that stage to end of life. How do you prepare for it? It's still a very sad case that some cancers are not curable. So there will be cases that you lose patients. That is a fact of life. And we distribute this through Hospital Umum Sarawak and other doctors, as well as gifting it to cancer patients, especially new ones, and also sales to the public. Sometimes people just want to buy and give to their friends. So the impact of this is it empowers the patients and their families to make informed decisions about their cancer journey and how to build their own support system. It also improves coordination as healthcare providers, we hope, since they're the one giving out. They can use that as a point of reference between them and the patient. The second activity we do is peer counseling. While we started off on site at Hospital Umum Sarawak, I think we had meet twice a week back then, stationed in a corner in the oncology department there. But due to COVID, we had to pivot. So we changed to a phone helpline instead. We might consider moving back, but at the moment we are a phone helpline available Tuesdays to Friday 2 to 5. We are also available on Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp Messenger. So we have a group of peer counselors. We are not trained counselors. We are just other cancer survivors. We have gone through some training, but we are not certified counselors. So it's more for the emotional support, like I think most of the patient support groups do. So the impact of this is, you help patients improve patient outcomes, I would say, because they can see that and be connected to others that have gone through a similar journey. We try to pay up if you have ovarian cancer, you try to pay up with ovarian cancer survivor, but even then sometimes we cannot, so it's just general. If you have been through chemo, I can share about my experience even though it's not 100% the same. We also found that it reduces stigma and it also increased trust in conventional treatments. Some of the cases that we face, they were thinking of alternative treatments. So because they see, we actually been through chemo and we are still here and we're fine, then they trust and do chemo. The third is pretty similar to what you guys have. It's our survivor sharing sessions. It's just a gathering of cancer survivors to share their experience. In some sessions, like the oral group, we have experts, dietitians come in. The first photo is the lady in pink is actually a physiotherapist. She came and talked to us, taught us how to do exercise when you're under treatment. So seated exercise, things like that. And of course, we share tips about treatments. I think pretty much the same for all patient support groups. Yeah? So of course, impact is this becomes an inspiration for current patients. They see, this lady has been surviving for 20 odd years, or 15 years. You see, people do go through cancer and survive. And you also learn, I think the earlier slides from Pink Unity also shows the different, one of the other speakers also shows different challenges faced by survivors. We also found that it reduced feelings of isolation and stigma among survivors. And the other thing we do find is, of course, if you invite doctors or allied health professionals, their patients can also be linked, and your patients can also link back to them. The last thing we do is more for symbolic support is our scan gift packs. This is given to new cancer patients and includes items like bandana, the face mask, toiletries, towels, because we did see sometimes those that get warded, they don't have the toiletries, proper toiletries. So it's our way of showing support them. So this is distributed through the hospital oncology department, hematological department, and the surgical units, I think. So the doctors are the ones that actually pass it to those that needs it. So like I said, this is more for symbolic support, and it shows that there is someone that cares for new cancer patients, that they are not alone. So before I end, I would just like to say that since we are closing the care gap, you should know that where you live shouldn't determine if you live. This is all my presentation. Thank you.
Is there any questions from the floor?
Hi, I'm Izam. I just need to know, because from this morning, we've been hearing about people should come to us. And I realized about most cancer patients, we were talking about employers, and there are some instances where, you don't really get people who can come out and come here to this event.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people like, bus drivers which go through this illness. So I think probably a change of asking them to come to us, probably we should do more of going to them, because like in the rural areas,
Yes.
You can't expect them to come to Kuching and we have this forum, this kind of thing.
I'm a Kuching person that's in KL now, so I totally understand their issues.
And then because of the language barriers,
Yes.
I think we should have more of this. It's more of it's a charity thing where you can't really hope for to move about, because my wife is a survivor. So it's more of the time spent. It's not actually the money of although you need some funds to travel
Yep.
out to the rural, but I think it's more of whether can you spend that time 3 days out there and really talk
Yep.
to them. So because cancer affects everyone, so it doesn't mean that you are I like that tagline that you have there. So
Hey, it's not my tagline, by the way, it's from UICC.
yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of effort, but like Dr. Razak's effort also is quite inspiring, because this is not. We always see that we need money to do things, but there is always we need some our own effort minus the money. So
I'll tell you a short anecdote. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I would like to be able to do the survivor sharing in all the rural areas, but like you said, logistics makes it quite difficult. But we do outreach as well. Last year we went to a few rural places, including a small kampong in Dalat. So on the way there, we went to Muka, a small town, and we met with a breast cancer patient. So I brought the book for her, going inside, and then I saw, that's the book over there. She already had the book. So to me, it's like, I actually print, and it actually does something, not just print and then buang saja. Somebody was actually having it and reading it before I gave it to them. So even though that's just a little bit, I know it won't reach everybody. So I do hope that it reach rural areas that way. But definitely, I think all of us should really think about how we can close the gap to those rural people as well. Thank you. Thank you for the question.